Hi, how you doing? And welcome. This is the beginner's guide to Nuvguard Heroes, the highest quality Minecraft MOBA server. The definition doesn't matter, just know that League of Legends is pretty much exactly what we're dealing with, except in Minecraft. This isn't the normal kind of server I talk about, but it's okay. I competed and ranked highly in multiple of the tournaments run during the beta, so don't worry about nothing, I got you. This game is going to require you to develop a different brand of game sense. Double hook! You got a selection of heroes with their own custom abilities, weapons, roles, and you battle it out on many different maps with their own different objectives. This is one of the maps, and they all have a similar structure. You start at spawn, and this thing right here is your core. If the enemies break it, you lose, but in order for that to happen, they need to break through your defending gates and towers first. Of course, your goal as well is to get through your opponent's towers and break their own core. Hello, I am Butcher. I have a hook and blow people up. Very easy to play. On a hardest to master tier list, this character is pretty damn hard to play, but it's also one of the best heroes in the game. Everyone has their own tier list, but I'm the greatest player of all time, so my opinion is the only one that matters. Right now, there's 9 heroes, and they're just gonna keep adding more and more every couple months. Unlike League, this game doesn't have 1 billion playable characters yet, so it's pretty easy to figure out what everyone does. The Ice Mage is strong and great for dealing with tanks due to magic damage piercing armor. Every attack applies slowness and freezing enemies can result in some funny stuff. Hunter does insane damage, but only if you hit your shots, which apparently is a hard thing to ask for. Damn it. Also, Hunter has a dog. Doggy! How's it, you puppy? Druid is a versatile support hero with a shape-shifting ability. They can also throw an owl that goes through walls and highlights enemies, making them take increased damage. This also includes towers.
Hello? What do you mean they hit?
Look at these pretty flowers. Ooh.
Step on them!
Hello there.
The assassin is sneaky beaky-like and dies a lot. Pretty hard to use. The Berserker kills people, and taking damage makes you do more damage. Ah! Slows the goal! Size the prize! Okay, the assassin and Berserker are pretty cool, and here's why. This server is on Java Minecraft version 1.21 or higher, right? And this is a PvP game. The attack cooldown is a thing for most heroes, except obviously the ones that don't need to left click. But these guys have no attack cooldown. Rise up, 1.8 PvPers! Come and abuse your drag-clicking 20 CPS in this team PvP game.
You are less than nothing. Behold, the power of an angel!
Priest is the best hero in the game, obviously, and I am not biased. It's an absolute menace of a support class, dealing magic damage, healing allies, and has enough tools to compete with DPS while keeping itself alive. New information! Each hero has an ultimate ability, and Priest has one of the coolest ones. Because of course it does. Angelic Wings, working as both an escape tool or killing the hell out of someone trying to run away.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube tutorial. Today I'll be teaching you how to play Butcher.
Kill them all! Burn them to a crisp! Consume their souls!
And that's all guys. Thanks for watching. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe.
Drinks are on me! Dwarf is an alcoholic short stack that hates DPS classes. This hero is actually a tank, unlike Butcher, which is more like a bruiser or off tank. Drink beer to become stronger, just like in real life, and then clap the hell out of your enemies. Dwarf to us! Time for another round!
Judgment!
Oh no! Oh boy. Say hello to this nearly unkillable holy tank. Pairs very nicely with the priest. Very annoying. The best counterplay of Paladin is magic, because magic damage ignores the large amount of armor. Remember that. That right there is our current cast of heroes so far, and the balancing is very well thought out, honestly. Balancing is done while considering the highest level of gameplay, and some heroes are harder to use than others. Not knowing how to use a hero doesn't mean they're bad. You may go one game against someone who has no clue what they're doing, and then get absolutely wiped in the next game. It's just part of the experience. And my goal is to have more experienced players running around, so keep watching this video, okay? So far I've told you what the game is and shown you the heroes, but now it's time to actually talk about the game. Everyone starts off on equal footing, level 1. You increase your level by killing minions, enemy players, and claiming mercenary camps. XP is shared evenly across your team, by the way, so there's no such thing as feeding like in League. Your level matters because that's how you unlock upgrades called talents. You start the game with a level 1 talent, which you can choose by right-clicking this villager at your spawn. Your ultimate abilities are unlocked at level 10, which can be a big game changer. Unlocking new abilities and ability upgrades is an important advantage to have, especially when special map objectives spawn in. The map has a few things going on. Each side has minions that are charging face first at each other, and players only get XP if they get the last hit kill on minions. Mercenary camps spawn on each side, hosting 3 golems that, once defeated, will go and support your minions in taking the enemy tower. There's a few different maps, and each one has their own unique special objective. For example, treasure chests spawn on the pirate map. Beat the hell out of the chest and take the coins over to the pirate at the middle in order to purchase a cannon that blows up enemy towers. On this map, it's a King of the Hill objective where, upon claiming both objectives, you release the big dogs that go and take the towers. Whatever the objective is, just know that it's of the utmost importance and requires your entire team to work together to claim them. Being on your respawn timer when they start sucks, so try not to be dead, okay? I've now explained the game at its most basic level, but there's obviously more details than that. So, let's start from the very beginning of a match. The draft. At the start of every game, the 2 teams must choose their heroes. Nuvguard Heroes attempts to balance the teams out based on their elo system. Team 1 will start with the first pick, and then Team 2 gets to choose 2 heroes, Team 1 gets 2 more, and Team 2 gets the last pick. Oh! Do you not see how much strategy went into this already? Let me explain. Nuvguard Heroes is a dubious game. Heroes are not at all balanced to have similar kits. Instead, they are designed to fit roles and purposes, some of which are intended to shut down another hero. The draft, as it is now, is a counterpick contest. You can ignore all strategy and use whatever hero you want, and then die because Dwarf is the natural predator of Berserker, but Berserker counters their Ice Mage, but that Ice Mage counters your Paladin, so your job is to kill the Ice Mage, but that Dwarf gets in your way, which is when the Priest backs you up and gives you more room to push the Ice Mage, but your Priest just died to the Assassin! Oh dear, it's gotten a bit complicated, hasn't it? But do not fret, I have the answer. The meta is not dying. And if you are gonna die, it better be worth it, goddammit! The respawn timer slowly increases in length over the span of the entire match, and these matches can end up being 20 minutes long. So, proper team compositions really do matter. There are some silly things that work, but in most scenarios, having at least 1 tank, 1 support, and 1 damager really is the way to go. But that's not all. You also want to make sure your team has at least some capability at clearing minions. Understand that winning the game isn't just a matter of killing the opponent players. You can carry your team with 0 kills as long as your time is spent wisely sieging the enemy lanes or stalling the enemies from sieging your own. Having the level advantage also helps your team claim the lead and keep it. If your team is the one suffering from being low level, that's okay. There is a catch-up mechanic where every level difference between you and your opponents gives your team an XP bonus, meaning there will never be egregious level differences between teams unless you're actively throwing. Here's my tier list of heroes with high capability to keep a lane under control. Taking lane is such an important part of this game. You see, normally you can't just push towers without your minions, since the towers will attack you. In order to not die a dog death, you have to wait for your minions, since the towers will target them over you. Towers do more and more damage the closer you get to the enemy core, so you might be able to get away with hard rushing early on, but eventually it gets too dangerous, which is why mercenary camps and objectives matter. The more enemy towers you take, the more ally minions that spawn, naturally maintaining your lead until your opponent takes the time to clear them, which gives you more freedom to target other things. Look, this game is hard, so the first thing you need to do is pick a few heroes that complement you and your playstyle and get comfortable with them so that every draft you can pick a hero that works well with you and your team. For now, reference this to see how counterpicks work. Alrighty, now that we've established some fundamental things, it's finally time to play the game. Let me describe a scenario. You're playing Berserker and it's the start of the game. You start with your level 1 talent and head out. The talents you choose feel very obvious sometimes, but different heroes will have different setups. Perhaps someday you'll have more than 2 choices, but for now, things are pretty simple. Okay, so now you have your team. What next? There's 3 objectives in the early game. Kill minions for XP, damage enemy towers, or defend yours from being damaged. And do not die right before the first special objective starts, which you can see based on the 30-second countdown that starts at some point. The information game begins immediately. How many enemies are in your lane? Which one? If they're a tank, you're in a bad situation. Consult the counterplay chart. Best case scenario would be the enemy 3-stack the other lane, but unfortunately, their dwarf is over here. This matchup is super unfun, to say the least. They have a clap that ruins my attack speed for a while and a hammer throw that stuns me. Yeah, there's a few things I could do here. call one of my teammates over to either help or swap places, leave and go triple stack the other lane until either getting a kill or pushing the tower, then sending someone better suited to shut down the Dwarf, or I can play the neutral game and stall the Dwarf while getting minion XP. In my mind, I already know I can't take this Dwarf on my own. Perhaps I could outplay them, but that's not reliable. It's just safe to assume that everyone's better than you and going about with that mindset. Nuvguard Heroes, just like any other team-based competitive game, is won by your team making better decisions and less mistakes than your opponents, and then having the mechanical skill to back that up. For starters, you can make the learning process easier by playing heroes that aren't too advanced, which is why I made this graphic. Damn, I've been making a lot of tier lists for this video. Ice Mage is easy, Priest is easy. If you're comfortable with modern Minecraft PvP, Paladin and Druid are decent picks. Berserker is awesome if you're a 1.8 PvPer, and it really complements hyper-aggressive playstyles. And yeah, I've said everything I wanted to say. What else should I talk about?
What the hell is up, chat? Welcome back to another episode of Nuvguard Heroes Pro Tips and Tricks.
Hello, Butcher is a very advanced class.
Remember these tips. Always kill the pigs. If the Butcher gets all 3 pigs, it does hella damage.
Check this out. Place Furnace in the middle to hit all golems. Summon pigs on the left golem, hook a second pig into the furnace range,
And then murder the last pig in 1 hit. And then destroy the golems.
Hey, stop it. This is a pro tips and tricks, not a Butcher guide video. Talk about other heroes. Fine. This next piece of advice works for any hero.
Respect the triple pork.
If you see a Butcher with all 3 porks,
Fucking run away.
and that's not all. Butcher has many other shenanigans.
Ah! Supposed to go. Get shit on.
Honey, your chicken nuggets are ready. Okay, mommy.
Thank you, emotional bling bro. He brought up an important subject just now, actually. Knowing the appropriate times to run away. Butcher's triple pork, playing Berserker and trying to 1v1 Dwarf or Paladin, a camouflage hunter that's been hitting their shots. There are times when you need to respect your opponent and face the music, because it's not your job to be dealing with that. Unless it is. Then do a better job. For the Camouflage Hunter, which, by the way, one of their talents boosts their damage while camoed, you just need a hero that can apply pressure on their position. But heroes like Priest have no business approaching a hunter. Remember, not dying is how you not lose. And on that note, if the enemy ever manages to reach your core, which means you're 1 step away from losing, what should you do? Your core's tower does tons of damage, but only targets 1 enemy at a time. Killing the minions will allow the tower to handle the enemy tanks very nicely, effectively pushing them out from doing any more damage. But that doesn't mean you should just ignore your opponents. If the opportunity is there, DPS heroes should definitely target squishier enemies before they do too much damage to your core. Otherwise, just take out the minions. I have one last thing to say. For the most competitive among you, Nuvguard Heroes has tournaments. My team managed to reach the finals and acquire the Challengers title, rewarding us a special kill effect and a best of 3 against the owner's Alpha team, which we lost. This server has no pay to win, you don't need to spend money to unlock champions. Their monetization scheme is entirely cool cosmetics like reskins and kill effects, so there's no problems there. Oh my god! If you ever decide to buy something, please use creator code LOONI at checkout. Please and thank you. They gave me a great deal, so it really supports the channel. And I'm still trying to buy my first yacht. Help me out here, please. And that's it for me. If you're ever trying to watch some gameplay, I have some stream VODs you can check out. This video should be enough to get you started though. Cheers, and good luck.